Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to solve question number 1 of weekly contest 478. Count elements with at least k greater values. So let's read the problem statement. You are given an integer array nums of length n and an integer k, right? An element in nums is said to be qualified if there exist at least k elements in the array that are strictly greater than it, right? We have to return an integer denoting the total number of qualified elements in the nums. All right, so problem statement is very easy, right? So here, if I am here, right, if I am here, right, at this particular position, so element is 3, right? So tell me how many elements are greater than 3. So 0 elements are greater than 3, right? Let's suppose if I am here, that is nothing but 1, right? This value is 1. How many elements are greater than 3? 2 elements are there, right? 2 elements are greater than 3. Okay, let's suppose if I am here, right? So this element is 2. Now again search for how many elements which are greater than this 2. Only one element is greater than 2, right? That's it, right? So here, an element in nums is said to be qualified if there exist at least k elements. At least k elements, right? At least k means 1 or greater than 1. Okay, so at least k means it may be equal to k or greater than k, right? The number of elements, right? Number of elements should be greater than k, right? So here, from this, it is clear that this is not valid, but this is valid, right? At least k. So here we have 2, we are good, right? 1 or more than 1, that is fine, right? Here 1, it is also valid, right? So we have to find out how many elements in nums, right, in which these elements are qualified if there exist at least k elements in the array that are strictly greater than it. Okay, so we have to return an integer denoting the total number of qualified elements in nums. So this is qualified, right? This is qualified, right? So output is 2. Clear? That's it. The elements 1 and 2 each have at least k is equal to 1 element greater than themselves, right? No element is greater than 3, right? 0. Therefore the answer is 2. Only these two. That's it. Clear? So here, if you notice one thing, I am here, then I am again checking the complete array for elements greater than 3. If I am here, then again I am checking the complete array for the elements greater than 3, greater than 1. If I am here at 2, this 2 value, so again I am searching for all the elements in nums which are greater than 2, right? So it is not good enough. Here I am doing off and loop. Here also I'm going to do off and loop. Here also off and loop, and here also I'm doing one off and loop, right? So this is bad, right? Here if you see the constant size, so constant size is very large, definitely will get time limit exceed error. So I have to think about some better way, right, to do this. So I can do one thing, I can sort the array, right? So if I sort the array, right, like this, so if I am here, so definitely all these elements are going to be greater than this, right? If I am here, then all the elements in this side are going to be greater than this. But there is one twist. What if the elements are same, right? So for this one, only these two are valid, right? We need to find the elements that are strictly greater than it. So for one, this one is not valid, only 2 and 3 is valid, right? So strictly means not same, right? Strictly means not same one. So I'm not going to include this one, right? It should be greater than this one only, then 2 3, right, like this. Okay, so if it is, then this complete. Okay, for one. All right, so sorting is the first thing that we need to do, definitely, right? Because with sorting, let's suppose, let's take this example. Let's not take this complex example first. So if I do the sorting, right, and let's say all the elements are unique, then it is very easy now. For this one, I can just do one thing. What are the total number of elements in my nums array? I can say n, right? N is nothing but a 3. So from this 3, I have to just subtract what? So I can subtract maybe uh, the index from which I see the strictly greater values than this one, right? So 3 minus 1, so our output is 2, right? So 2 elements are greater than this, right? That's it. So for one, so same way here also, let's suppose if I am here now, so element is one, right? So total elements, if you see here, one, two, three, four, five, right? So I can say five minus how many number of elements greater than this one. So I can simply find out where this one occurs. This element is one, right? Current element is one. Where this element one exists in the last time. So elements are sorted. So here exists one, right? So this is the last occurrence of this same number, right? So from this, what is the syntax? What is the index? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So index at this particular position is 2, right? So 5 minus 2, output is 3. So 3 elements are greater than this one. That's it. Okay, so this is my plan, right? Here, if you see example number 2, already sorted, right? So for this 5 there are no elements greater than 5, 0, right? For this 5, if you see, there are no elements which are greater than of this 5, 0 elements, right? For this 5 there are no elements which are greater than 5, right? So all these values are less than k, right? So 0 output. Since all the elements are equal to 5, no element is greater than other, therefore the answer is 0, right? And these are the constants, right? Okay, so now how I'm going to solve this problem, right? So let's take this example. So first thing that you need to do is sorting, right? So here let's do the sorting. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 fives, 3 5, and then we have 7, and then we have 8. Okay, like this. So now just give the indexing here: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? You can do here one thing, right? So for this one, the last index is 0. For this 2, the last index is 1. For element 3, the last index is 2. For element 4, last index is 3. For element 5, last index I am going to keep 6. For element 7, last index is 7. For element 8, last index is 8. So here I'm just storing the last index of all the elements. Whatever the elements are there in my array, I'm just going to store the last index here, right? So first thing I'm doing sorting. So of and log n for sorting. Then I'm storing the last index of all the elements. So I can say of n. So I will just create one hash map, right? So in hash map, if element is there, I will just store the value as the last index, right? I will update hash map every time. So 1, so here 5, so 5 value I'm going to store 5, 4. Then here again I see 5, so 5 key is already there, so I'm going to update the value to 5. Again I see 5, so 5 key is already there, again I will update the value. So this is nothing but of and only, right, for hash map. Okay, now this is done. Now after that, what I will do, again in of and I will iterate over all the elements in my nums array, right? So this one, uh, for this one, right, for total number of elements in my nums array is 9, right? So 3 3 3 9, right? So 9 minus last index of this one, right? So here I can write 9 minus, maybe I will do one thing, 9 minus 0, right? So I will get 9. So 9 elements are there, right? So see, only 8 are there, so maybe you can subtract 1 every time, right? Or maybe here you, in this you can add 1, okay, like this. So you will get 8, right? You can try something like that. Okay, for this 2, these are the elements, right? So last index of 2 is 1, so total overall 9 minus 1 plus 1, maybe you can do like this, your choice, right? So we have to get something like 7 only, right? So here see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, same way you have to do for 3. 3 is 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? For 4 you have 1 2 3 4 5, right? For 5, now see for 5, so total number of size is 9 minus uh, last time you have seen 5 here, right? So here just subtract 7, 9 minus 7, so you are going to get 2, right? So same way for 6 is not there, right? Why I'm writing 6? Then 7, 7 1, and 8, 8 0, right? So now here if you see greater than 2 values, okay, we need to search for the values which are greater than equal to k, right? This is what we have to search. So this valid, this is valid, this is not valid, this is valid, this is valid, this is valid, right? So how many are valid now? Tell me. So 1 is valid, 2 is valid, 3 is valid, 4 is valid, 5 is valid, right? So now here if you notice one more thing, okay? So this 5 is valid for this one, for this one, and for this one, right? For all these 5 this is valid. So here I have to take 3 into consideration, right? Not just 1 5. I have to take 3 5s into consideration, right? For this 5 this is the last index, for this 5 also this is the last index, for this 5 also this is the last index, right? That is why I need to consider this 3 times. Okay, so to overall 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 7 is the output, right? And you are clear, right, why I'm writing it 3 times? Because I have to check for this 5, then I have to check for this 5, for I have to check for this 5. For all these 5, last index is going to be this one, and if last index is this one, then I have to calculate the number of values greater than this 5, right? Like this. Now let's move to the coding part. All right, so here let's see what we are doing. So here if you see, first thing, you have to calculate the length of nums array. Sorting this you already clear. Then you can create the map value to its last index in the sorted array, right? So here last index dot put nums of I value, and here index. Okay, this is clear, right? Then you have to calculate the count. So let's see how we are calculating the count here. Okay, so first we are picking any element. So last, so I'm just going to get the index of last element, right? So let's say if I take this example, so one, let's say one element. So one's last index is 0, right? One's last index is 0, right? So this is going to be my last value. Now greater I'm calculating. How I'm calculating? So here if you see, I'm doing n minus 1. N minus 1 means 9 minus 1 minus 0. So here I'm getting 8, right? So there are many ways, right? So you can write it like this, right? Or you can also write it like this. How I'm writing here, I'm calculating like this, right? So I'm calculating like this. N minus, I was doing something like this, last here plus 1, right? This is what I was doing here, right? When I was showing, right? So this also you can do, right? This is same as this one only, n minus last minus 1, or you can write n minus 1 minus last. So so you can write anyway, right? This thing, right? So you can try. Okay, so this is the same thing. Then here I'm checking one if condition. If greater is greater than equal to, right? Then only count plus plus, and in the end I'm returning count. That's it, right? So here this is going to take off n log n. This, if you see, loop of n, and this loop is also of n. So overall your time compressed is of n log n plus of n, right? Plus of n. So overall actually the time compressed is going to be this one, right? That's it, right? This we can ignore, right? So mostly it depends on this part, right? So that's it. So here, see, our solution is submitted completely, right? So I hope that you guys are clear with question number 1 of weekly contest 478. And if you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Meet you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.